Good afternoon, everybody. So I'm here today to speak to you about the new management information reporting platform that we rolled out across the Scottish public sector starting in January 2024. So just to give you a bit of background, for over the past 20 years, the Scottish Government has provided an e-procurement shared service across the Scottish public sector that supports the procurement life cycle from advertising of contracts right the way through to paying of invoices. The systems that we have in place, such as Public Contracts Scotland, PCS Tender and PCOS Purchase to Pay, all store vital data separately and not always in a standard format to allow easy matching of data between our systems. Our current approach is disjointed with no integration across the solutions, and this often leads to resource-intensive manual intervention when collating reports. So, with the increasing demands for access to our procurement data and the growing recognition of the depth of information that we capture and the impact that it could have on the economy, our current approach of little or no integration between the systems needs to change. Okay, so how did the management information platform come about? So being able to provide good quality procurement data that support businesses and ministerial priorities, as well as enhancing our reporting capabilities, became a top priority for us. To enable us to test out our ideas and understand the available market solutions, a prior information notice and a request for information was issued in October 2020, asking suppliers for their views on how they could address specific requirements. So with a better understanding of the marketplace and a good knowledge of what our requirements were, we went out to tender for an MI reporting platform in late 2021. Elcom were awarded the contract in September last year, and we're now working in partnership with them, developing a proof of concept before introducing a phased implementation across the public sector starting early 2024. We're currently in the process of cleansing, validating and linking the data, as well as working towards creating dashboards and establishing standard and build your own reports as part of the proof of concept. Okay, so this diagram just really gives you an idea of our vision for the platform. And this was mirrored in the solution proposed by Elcom in their tender response, and that's what our proof of concept is based upon. Elcom refer to this as an ETL process, which is all about the extraction, transformation and loading of the data. So in partnership with Elcom, we're looking to achieve enhanced and linked data, which will improve reporting capabilities, really just to give us insights we're unable to previously access. Okay, so how data from the platform is used. So using the data collected from the current e-procurement systems and enhanced with data from trusted third-party sources, the platform will provide intelligence on the impact Scottish public sector procurement has on a number of key ministerial priorities. So, for example, like economic recovery, supply chain improvements, net zero, community wealth building, and fair work first. Okay, so I've just popped up here a few of the benefits that will be gained by developing and implementing a national MI reporting platform. So the main ones that we're really hoping to see are that the platform becomes a single source of truth, capturing, supporting and reporting on procurement data, improving the quality of procurement data that we hold, and opportunities to create new capabilities through the use of AI and machine learning, as well as supporting supply chain resilience. Okay, so how can we make it easier for suppliers? As we're aware, there's always opportunities to review how we can make it easier for suppliers to provide the data that we use. As Public Contracts Scotland is the primary source of supplier data, it's important that the Scottish Government reports on supplier data correctly, so the more detail that suppliers can provide when registering first time around or when they're invited to renew their subscriptions, the better it is for us. When updating records, suppliers are encouraged to include their SME status, provide as much detail as possible within their supplier profiles, because obviously this will ensure that the best matches with the buying organisations are made. So really, the more details provided by the suppliers, the greater the opportunities that will be available. Training for suppliers on how to respond to and complete tenders for the public sector is available through the Scottish Development Programme, as well as other learning and development opportunities. So consideration is currently being given at the moment on how we can make an area of the platform visible to the general public. So I really just wanted to finish up with a couple of examples of how data will be presented within the reporting platform. And by using the Power BI tools, we are actually starting to move away from the standard spreadsheet style reporting and opting for a more visually interactive graphic format, thus making the reading and interpretation of data much more pleasing to our users. That's really the end of my presentation. So if there's any questions for me, can we leave it to after Elcom, please, and we'll do a sort of joint answer of the questions. I'm now going to pass you over to Grant from Elcom, and his presentation really kind of just follows on to mine, but gives you a wee bit more technical detail on how we're going to work collaboratively on the platform and beyond.